Okay, so recall class that we said earlier that writing the research introduction follows three major moves. Okay? It follows three major moves, and these moves will serve as the organizational pattern on how you can write the research introduction. So, let us discuss first move one. Okay? And this move one will be known as establishing a territory. So this will be the first action, or let's say the first paragraph of your research introduction. So before we proceed with the steps of writing move one, let us first define what do we mean by establishing a territory. Okay, so territory class, in the context of writing the research introduction, it means that we have to identify the research in a wider perspective. Okay? And what do we mean by a wider perspective? Okay, so wider perspective means that we have to establish, okay, the general area or general idea of our research. Okay, again, so territory in writing the research introduction means that we have to view or we have to see our research by means of a wider perspective. And to view our research in a wider perspective, we have to identify the general area or general idea of our research. So establishing a territory means that we have to establish the general idea of research. Okay, so how do we establish the general idea of research? So let us have these examples to visualize what do we mean by establishing a territory. So we have the first research topic, Salmonella typhi that causes typhoid fever. Okay, so remember class that typhoid fever is a kind of disease. Okay, and diseases shall fall under the studies of health sciences. Therefore, our general area is the study of health or the field of health. Okay, another example. We have the topic production of electricity through various methods. Okay, so remember class that electricity, it is a specific kind of energy. Therefore, our general area here is energy. Okay, so let's have other examples. Black rot among cabbages. Okay, so remember class, cabbages are examples of crops. Okay, and crops are part of agriculture. Okay, and the next topic we have context-based video lessons. So from the word itself, video lessons. Okay, video lessons are kind of instructional materials used in teaching. And if we have teaching, we have an area known as education. Okay, so do you get the trend, class? So notice that we viewed each topic in a wider perspective. Okay, meaning to say these topics are specific, but we need to view or we need to identify what is the general area of such topics. Okay, also in writing move one, we have to indicate the existing problems. Okay, in writing move one, we have to indicate the existing problems present in our general area. Okay? So that we can highlight or let's say we can showcase the importance of our study. Okay? And writing the move one of the research introduction follows three major steps. So let's take a look with this example. Okay, so in order for us to write the research introduction, we will use this study entitled Synergistic Effect of Kapok Tree, okay, seed oil and oregano leaf extract as an antimicrobial agent against Xanthomonas campestris. So remember class that synergistic effect means that we aim to identify the effectiveness of the combined extracts of two independent variables. Okay, synergistic meaning to say the combined effect. Okay, so let's try to write our research introduction for this study, starting with move one. So again, we have three steps for move one. And let's proceed with our first step. So the first step in writing move one, we have here an example. Let's try to read this one. Agriculture is the process of producing food, feed, fiber, and many other desired products by the cultivation of certain plants and the raising of domesticated animals. Okay, so with this example class, notice that it discussed the area of agriculture. Okay, and as we said a while ago, agriculture is a general area of such topics. Okay, so therefore, class, what can you say about this area of agriculture in our presented example? Okay, so it means that it identified the broadest discipline. And the broadest discipline actually served as the general area of our research. And take note, class, did we use citations? Okay, obviously we use citations to strengthen the foundation of our study. With that said, we can write the step 1 of move 1. Okay, and this will be known as claiming centrality. Okay, class? So the step 1 of move 1 is known as claiming centrality. And in claiming centrality, we must identify and discuss the broadest discipline paramount to our study. And this will serve as the general area of our research. Okay? So this will reveal our territory. This will establish our territory. Okay, so that is the step 1 of move 1. Let's move on to the next step on how to write the first paragraph or the move 1. So take note, class, of this part in this step. Due to some problems in agriculture. Okay? So what can you observe from this statement? Did it discuss the existing problem? Okay, did it discuss the rationale per se? Okay, so the answer is yes. This part consists of a main idea of the paragraph that elaborated the existing problem in the general area of our research. So what is our general area again? We have agriculture and we have plant diseases, specifically black rot, as our existing problem in our general area. Okay, so this class, okay, it forms a main idea that discusses the existing problem in the general area of our research. Okay, and this existing problem in the general area of our research must actually be supported by the citations in our step 3. Okay? And this part, where we present a main idea that discusses the existing problem in the general area of our research, will be known as making topic generalization. Okay, so in this part, we must discuss the existing problem that will serve as the main idea of our research paper. So, making topic generalization, topic meaning to say existing problem, and generalization meaning to say main idea. So, meaning to say we are making main idea out of our existing problem. Okay, and that will be the second step of writing the move one. Now let us have the last step in writing the move one of our research introduction. So let's have our example. Garuda 2015 stated that black rot is a name used for various diseases of cultivated plants caused by fungi or bacteria. Okay, remember class that we said earlier that the step 2 of writing the research introduction must be supported by our step 3. Okay? So, this last part is connected to the second step of our move 1. So, after we have determined the existing problem, which serve as the main idea of our research, what you need to do is to find, okay, you need to find sources, you need to find existing studies, and you need to find authors that will support your claims about the existing problems. Okay, so in this case, we have Garuda 2015 who supported our previous claim or our previous idea about black rot being an existing problem in the industry of agriculture. Okay, so note class that we used citations for us to indicate our supporting source. Okay, and this third step of writing the move one will be known as reviewing previous items of research. In this parts, you will have to identify the authors that will support the discussion of the existing problem in your step 2. Okay, so after we accomplish these three steps in writing the move one, we can combine them in a single paragraph so that it will look like this. Okay, so we have here the first step, claiming centrality, where we discuss agriculture as our general area and research. Then we have the second step, making topic generalization. So we discuss the problems in agriculture as our main idea. So we introduced the main idea. And the last part is reviewing previous items of research, whereas we stated our sources that will support our claim in step 2. So move 1 will serve as the first paragraph of your research introduction. Okay, so in our next video presentation, we will now be discussing the second move of the CARS model of writing the research introduction.